Turn it down, turn it down. Turn it down because we're about to get started. I think it's what's it, Christmas Eve? Tomorrow's Christmas. Spend time with the family. You don't have to believe in holidays. Believe in hanging out with your family. Believe hanging out with your friends. And if you're like me, hang out with your favorite drawing device and do some drawings. How about that? Oh yeah, that's right. Some of this music you're gonna hear tonight is from YouTube's Creative Commons. So we should be good to go. Leave me your questions, comments, and we're going to draw digitally. Oh yeah, that's right. Go ahead and share this in your favorite place. All right, let's go, Dan. Let's do this. Word up. Boom. That was a good song. All right, let's see if I can do this. That don't work. All right, let's go. I just want to see that we have me. What's up, everybody? This is Delta Tango Mike DTM. Hope everybody's having a good time, enjoying this time of the year. As if you've been catching some of my what do you call those short videos in the beginning? What do you call them? Little stories. Been checking out some stories, then you know that I've been talking about how we should focus on some of our personal artwork during the holidays. Wind down, find time with the family, and then focus on some of your art. Get your creativity flowing. And so lately what I've been drawing is on the Adobe Fresco and on Behance. So if you caught some of those, that's great. If not, you need to go to behance.net/The Creative Genius, and you'll see a ton of my videos and some of the work in progress that I featuring Adobe Fresco and an ABC alphabet book that I've been working on. And pretty soon I should be done with it. I have less than a week done to be done. But let's not forget Sketchable. All right, so that's why we're here. As a matter of fact, let me show you my setup. Okay, I got Adobe Fresco here on the left. On the Surface Go. This is the little tiny Surface Go. Let's see if we can see the audio match. Oh, that's very loud right now. The music. And on the right hand side, it was the iPad Pro. Okay. Lords, that was a little extra. So without taking up much time, let's get to it. All right, it's time to go ahead and get to drawing. I have my Surface Pen. Boom, boom, boom. Got that Surface Pro. And let me show you my screen. There it is. Boom. I have been playing with this drawing. This is a sketch that I started a while back. Let me show you some of these layers. If you have not tried out the Sketchable, now is the time. And so this started off as a sketch. I did it on paper. And then, thank you for those of you who are watching, Arrow Miles, thank you for watching. And so then I did this pencil sketch. I liked it. I wanted to do a digital version, and I started playing with some of these ideas. As a matter of fact, let me turn all this down. Boom. And I think I did a quick sketch here. There it is. Started playing around with it. I don't think I was very happy with it. Did another one there. I started changing out where the hand is and how it works. Let's see what I did here. Boom. Started playing around with what's going to be on the neck and the head. And what's cool about drawing digitally is that you're able to create multiple versions of the same drawing over and over just by using different layers. And so here's now I started to play around with the hair. And let's see what we got here. The one of the left arm, the right arm coming out. There goes the right hand, and then boom, little by little things start building up. So let me take you through what that process is like by showing you a whole different drawing. So let's go ahead and Sketchable. Let's make sure we got everything working here. Just gonna double check. Yeah, it's working. Oh yeah, that sounds good. That sounds good. And if you guys have some comments or feedback, please drop it in the comment section of this video. So there's that drawing. I'm in Sketchable. Let me click to the right hand side. There's some other drawing that I was playing around. I don't know where this idea came from. I like eating tacos. And I said, well, let me draw a taco logo. If I sold tacos. Then this is part of a our business talk. I like sketching a lot in Sketchable, and then here is some ideas that I had, and I started sketching a digital drawing myself. I like drawing myself, and I started putting a lot of arms in here. Let's see if we can get the layers. Come on, layers. There it is. Oh, it's only 2 layers. So let's see. That was the original sketch. And the kind of devices that I like to draw with. And so then what I did was I drew over that and then deleted the original layer. That's pretty cool. I like that. I'm gonna follow through with that drawing eventually. Let's see what else we got. Let's see, Marcelo, thank you for being here. Here's another drawing of myself, and I just like playing around. And I think that what happened was that some of these drawings, they're just quick sketches and ideas that I have. Here's another one. This is the Olmec. I like this. Yeah, I need to finish that. That's gonna be hardcore. Let me see how many layers. It's all on one layer. Oh, I like that. So let me go ahead and size it down a little bit. Yeah, it's gonna be hardcore. So that'll be for another day. I got a lot of unfinished artwork, man. Oof. Oof. Here's another one. It's an Aztec. And yeah, I think it was I might have done a sketch. I have this little character, and I do a lot of different poses with it. Yeah, let me see if I can reach over and grab it. Cause it's right here, but I'm gonna have to stand up around. So I have this little miniature, it's called Sticky Bones. And so what I do is I can change and move the arm and all these things so that I can get a pose. And I think what I was after in the last pose, I was trying to get the shoulder to go back so I can add a like a sword, but instead of a sword it would be a pencil. So what's up, Mr. Carlos Phoenix? You need to come back to ATL so we can do some live streaming. And so this is what I've been using to make some of my poses, and that's where I ended up drawing this pose. And as I drew the pose, I just got the shapes out the way and get the anatomy in there, and then slowly draw it out and do some detail. And there'll be another 1 or 2 more layers of drawing that's gonna take to fix to edit, to change, to adjust some of these details. And what's up to thank you, Carlos, I'm glad you like that. Where Ryan Harris, thank you for being here. This is Ryan Harris of the Sketchable family, so check him out. Let's see. Just checking messages. Make sure we could do it from here. Yeah. You're gonna have to teach me a few things. We're gonna need some sessions so you can show me how you do what you do. I tried that link you sent me one time before. I didn't follow up, but I need to. All right. So now let's go ahead and look at a couple other drawings that I've been working on. I did do a Sketchable demo for the 5.0 that adds a lot of cool new settings, including this butterfly. Let me see. There we go. Right there. Boom. And let me place it in the middle. And it adds this whole cool butterfly. I don't know what you call it. You got to teach me. Yes, that's right. You do have to teach me, Carlos. Snap. There's a word for it. I'm sorry. Let me see. Let's see. It's not a template, but it's a butterfly. Symmetry. So that's the snowflake symmetry. In any case, there's some cool stuff in Sketchable that I played around with. Oh, and I was saying that some of these drawings, they just kind of get started and I don't finish them because I was trying out some of the features in Sketchable 5.0 and on the Surface Go. So this is the Surface Go. This is one of the smallest surfaces out there. It is the smallest. It is and it's as cheap as like $400 or $500. This one is the $800 one, I think, and that's because it has 8 gigs of RAM. It's an i5 and 128 gigs of space. So it's not the cheapest one, but it's still pretty cheap. That gives you full windows and the drawing surface, and then lets you load up all types of software, including Illustrator and Photoshop. So that's kind of cool for me. I got Manga Studio, which is the nowadays Clip Studio. Got a few programs in here I like, and of course Sketchable. So here we go. Let's go ahead and get started. This is the drawing that I want to work on. Let me show it to you. Let me pull it up. I teach this. I teach drawing classes, and let me see if I can get to it through here. Yep. And I have a student. His name is Max. Really cool dude. And let me see if I can make this bigger. All right. And so he likes to draw. He draws his characters kind of like this, right? And so me and him would draw together. And what we did on the last session we were together is he showed me some of his characters, and what I did was I started sketching out those characters on paper, and so that's taking a while too. There it goes. So I was looking at his characters, and then I redrew them, and so it is. And then I did the sketch, and then he went over with the markers and finished it off in his style. So we kind of did a collaboration. There we are at the Microsoft Store. And so now what I want to do is go over a couple of these sketches and finish it off. And it starts off as a sketch, as you can see. Here it is, the sketch. But I want to finish it off as a full drawing. So let me see if I can find one that I know I started. That's another one. And he just finished that one. I might do that. Or let me see. Is that the one? This is the one that I brought. So this top one right now is a boombox head, and I did that drawing, but that drawing I kept, which I'm going to traditionally draw ink pretty soon. I just need to find the time. There's plenty of time. I just need to sit down and get to it. So that's some more of his drawings, and I took some pictures so I can get a feel for his characters and his style, but more to see also some of his detail when it comes to creating his characters and defining who they are. And so here is the actual drawing. There it is. Boom, that's the drawing we're going to work with today. So let me take it down here. Or is it? No. It's right there. Boom, there it is. And so let's grab this one. Look, I'm just going to click and drag onto Sketchable. Look at that. And let it go. Boom. And now I'll close that out and hit the OK, and now I have an image that is in Sketchable. And Merry Christmas to everybody. Say hello. What's going on, everybody who's joining us? Yes, please say something because I see 6 eyeballs, and I'd like to say hello to you. So here it is. I brought in an actual sketch that we did on paper. The sketch is like it's a big piece of paper. I couldn't even tell you the size. I know it's like 2 feet by 3 feet, or 24 inches, but probably 18 by 24, something like that. It's kind of big, but I'm gonna go ahead and digitally draw it, ink it up, and I'm gonna show you what I do when I draw digital. And it starts off, so you can start off with traditional and over to digital, and I'm gonna do that here on Sketchable. My man Ryan Harris says Merry Christmas. He got the gift in the tree. Word up. All right, so let's go ahead and get to it. Right, here we go. So you can't see my controls on the bottom, but on the very bottom there are let me use this one. Let me put that one on the top. Hold it for a second. Here we go. Come on. There it is. And on that layer, I'm just gonna tell you real quick that there are down below. There's a set of tools down here, and as a matter of fact, I could actually, boom, resize this. There it is, so everybody can see. Because I am on a Windows computer, I can do anything. I don't know. There we go. And if I had my mouse, I could do a whole lot better. There it is. There we go. I'm paying attention to my iPad on the side. Okay, cool. There we go. So there are my tools, right? There you can see some of my tools. And I like using the brush that's right there. And I like using the pencil that's right here. But today I'm just going to use the ink brush because I want to do the inking. I'm ready to go ahead and get started and do the inking. I do this on your iPad Pro. Oh, yes, you draw on your iPad Pro, Carlos. That's very cool. Let me show you where my iPad Pro is right now. It's right there. There's my iPad Pro. My iPad Pro is running Cinemaker. Boom. I got my 3 videos sources, and that last one, that's my surface. Boom. Here we go. Let's get to it. So let me go ahead and just give me the whole screen. On the left hand side, you can see the layers. There's the layers button. It's all the way to the bottom left, and on the right you'll get to see my layers as they pop up. I'm gonna get rid of that layer I just started, and I can make as many layers as I want. I guess I'm sure there is a limit, but not gonna worry about it right now. Here we go. Let's get my lowrider on and get to drawing. I do like the Surface Go because I can just pick it up, grab it, and go. Like literally, it goes everywhere with me now. It is real easy and to just drop into my bag. I got a Surface. I got an iPad Pro that's small also, and there we go. Boom. And they're both similar size and they're light. I like that iPad Pro that's right there, and I do have Surface Pros that are larger, but when you have a lot of things, it kind of get heavy, and you want something that's gonna be easy to carry. There we go. Boom. So there, I'm just quickly drawing some lines. Yes. And you know what I could do is drop down some of this opacity on. There it is on the drawing, and as soon as I touch the screen, the layers go away. Keith Cross, my man. Yes, Keith got Hugh on. He was asking about the surface, and this is the surface, bro. I'm digitally drawing with the surface right now. So there we go, and so I get the thick and thin lines depending on my pressure. On the pressure that I apply, and there's a 3-finger swipe to the left so I can get rid of the line that I don't like. What I like about digital drawing is that you can zoom in. All right, it's the 2 fingers pinch to zoom, and rotate is really great. Unfortunately, what ends up happening is that you get used to that, and then you feel like you want to erase a lot of the other artwork that you do traditionally. You think that the 3-finger swipe is going to work. It does not. Not in traditional paper. There we go. I want to make that side thinner, so I just kind of erase a little bit. There it is. That's good. Okay. Cool, cool, cool. There is a button on the bottom right that allows you to get rid of the UI. And what's cool about this Surface Pen is that it has the eraser in the back, so you can just turn the pencil or the pen and quickly erase. If you're buying somebody some software to draw with because they have a Surface or some kind of Windows machine, then you're gonna want to get them this Sketchable. All right, get them Sketchable. They any artist at any level, no matter what they're creating, can put to use Sketchable. I have been using it for a few years now, and to me, it is my go-to tool to go ahead and get some drawings and some sketches quickly and easily out the way. And let me tell you, the day that I got my my Surface, what's up, Mr. Gary Baker? Not the first day that I got my iPad, but the first day that I got my Surface, I put away my sketchbooks and I didn't carry them with me in my bag. I still carry a thin sketchbook. I still carry some markers and some pencils, but it was such a big deal being able to draw with the Surface that because it's a full computer, you can do regular computer stuff and you can draw. So what you just see me do was I added another layer, and now this new layer is where I'm doing some details that are different than the details of the speakers. The reason why I do that is because once certain things start to get on the page, and then I feel like I need to erase or adjust something, it's easier to do an erasing or adjustment on a line that's not on the same layer as to this other line, next to this other line, and so then I won't bother other things that are in the drawing. Mr. Gary Baker, I saw him come on. Hello, sir. Need to hang out with Gary Baker. It's my homie in Santa Barbara. There we go. Boom, boom. Look at that. Yes. One thing that my transition between digital to traditional, one thing that I really like about it is that the fact that you can undo, the fact that you can erase. And many, many years ago, when I started with Adobe Illustrator, because that's where my... What's up? Merry Christmas to you and all your followers. Yes, sir, Mr. Gary Baker. He's saying Merry Christmas to everybody. Merry Christmas to you, sir. One thing that I started with my digital drawing many years ago was that I was able to just quickly, no, not quickly, but I was able to create a line. If I didn't like it, then make that line go away. And so that has helped me refine the artwork without starting over. Whereas when you're drawing traditionally or painting traditionally, then once you get to a point where you know that's not the line that I want, that's not the thing that I want, then you have to start over the drawing or make some edits and changes that now it really breaks up the flow of the drawing. Once you start inking, yes, there's what is that, whiteout available. Sure, you can white out some stuff, but now you got to sit there and white out a piece of the paper. You're gonna have to attach if you want to, or you can draw on a different piece of paper and then cut out and paste it on the page and so on. Kind of like the old comics. If you look up old comics, And so then it takes you out of that flow and of the drawing. And so digital drawing, I mean, you stay in where you're working and you make things happen. It just works. All right, so here we go. Boom. There it goes. That's it. Yes, 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 yes. And now that I realize this line is not okay, let's fix it some. There we go. Boom. The cool thing also about some of these programs, especially Sketchable, because here I am I'm here to talk about Sketchable. I'm here to talk about Sketchable for those people who are ready to do digital drawing and don't want to figure out Illustrator and Photoshop, which are cool to have. I have them. And it's on my machine. There goes Illustrator, Photoshop, Fresco. Part of the Creative Cloud. If you're not ready to step into that Creative Cloud, you're not ready to dig around a bunch of different programs, see what works and what doesn't, I'm here to tell you that Sketchable is it's easy and quickly. It's easy, and you can get a hold of it and figure it out very quickly. And so, so one thing about like programs like Sketchable is that you can rotate the page, because if you spend any time drawing, you will realize that your hand has a natural movement. Let me talk about that for a second. You know, your hand does this, right? It bends at the wrist, right? It does all of that. There it goes. Your elbow moves. Your shoulder moves. So sometimes when you're doing a line, you don't need to force your hand in an awkward, or your shoulder or arm in an awkward way to make that line, just because the paper or the tablet is in a particular direction. What you want to do is rotate either the device or the page or the screen, so then you can bring the line towards you. The easiest way to get a straight line is to pull the line towards you. It's easy to follow a line when you can see the line and then have your hand follow that line. And so then you're bringing that line towards you. And so it's important to then turn and flip things so that you can get that line you're looking for and have that natural flow that your hand and wrist already has to make that line. So most programs, almost all of them now, make it a thing where you can rotate the canvas. What's up? Desi is here. Word up, my man Desi. He's been getting his hands dirty with some Illustrator. So let me see if I can. Yeah, there he goes. Boom. Is that 6? That is 6. I can't. Sometimes I get scared. Let's just do it like that. Here we go. Boom. There goes the tape. I need to have another shape in here. And actually, I should have done that shape first. But now let's go like this. There we go. There it is. Boom. And, of course, there we go. Some tape. Some details. The lighter you are on your hand with a stylus, or in this case, the Surface Pen, the thinner the line is going to be. And then the harder you press, the thicker line you get. Boom. Kind of like a brush pen, right? So now that I have that, let me go here like this. And is that a good? Yes, yes, yes. I like adding little details. I'm a fan of boom boxes. If you can see my boom boxes back there. There you go. Look at that. I got 3 up there, and then 1 little one. I got a couple more I need to bring to my studio. Let's see what we got. I need checking for comments and stuff. All right, cool. There goes the boombox head. Boom. I need to draw some knobs. All right. I'm just adding more and more layers. I like these the new layers that they set up on Sketchable. And there's a button up there on the top, and the two arrows that go towards each other diagonally, that icon, you click on it, and then you get the layers to look smaller right there. And if you're looking to do something with that layer, you click on it, and then you can make adjustments right here and there. What's really great is that the new layers allow you to type in a name. See, look at that name. This is going to be, I'm going to say paper or pencil. Pencil. Enter. Boom. So now that layer is called pencil. So when you click on it, it says pencil. When you look at it bigger, it says pencil. It's my name. My head is hiding it. Is it hiding it? Yes, it is hiding it. There we go. Come on. There it is. You can see it on the top of my my little logo here. This says pencil. So you can change the name of these layers so that you know which layer you're working on and what's it about. But I'm gonna make that little like that. It's the layers highlighted so that you know what layer you're working on. And it hides away as soon as you start touching the screen so that you don't accidentally lay your hand on a layer that you don't mean to, and now you've selected that layer and you start drawing on the wrong layer and you didn't even pay attention and know that was happening. Alright, so now I need to fix this speaker on the right hand side speaker. What's up, William? Good to see you, man. Let's see what's happening here. Thank you for the likes. Bree, how you doing? Let's see. Let's go ahead and do it on this screen. I mean on this layer. And I need to make the speaker taller. Yeah, because one speaker looks, well, you know what? That's not a bad idea. It's kind of like how the eyes. Yes. You know what? I just thought of something else. Why don't I make a eyebrow like that? So that it is a real thing. There we go. And then this one's gonna have, it sounds like Spanish music from Spain. I'm about to adjust that. Because it's Christmas. But you can't play Christmas songs. I don't like the eyebrows. Eyebrow idea was cool, but I don't like it. I'm glad I drew it on a different layer, because then I can just turn that layer off. Or delete it. You know what? Let's go. Goodbye. Hit the little trash can. Hit a plus. Boom. Next. Let's get back to what I was going to do. What I was going to do was, come on. Here we go. Add and it goes here. There we go. Boom. There it is. And now I can go to the original layer that I started this. And it looks a little strange. Why? Because I turned down the opacity. Alright, cool. Select it. Select it. Get my eraser. And I can erase this line. There you go. There it is. There we go. So I'm getting a line that's there that I don't know where it came from. So I can select this layer. That's that one. And this one. So you know what I'm gonna do? Let's turn that off. That's that one. That's where it comes from. That's it right there. It looks kind of light. I don't know why. I didn't mean to do that. So let's get this. Let's erase this. So there it goes. Boom. Okay. Let's grab this edge a little bit. And I'm shaping the line. Word up. Cool. I know I spent a lot of time here on this these speakers, the face of the boombox, but it's okay. Now that I got to a point where I like these layers and the ink that I have, I can go ahead and start combining them. And there's a little arrow that you can't see. It's a downward looking arrow, and it's I can do merge down, and it slowly I can merge one at a time until I have everything on one layer. Make a new layer. Boom. Look at that. So now I got 3 layers only. The original sketch layer and the inking layers that I'm creating. So now I can create these. Oh, I know. Oh yeah. I need my pen. All right, here we go. Let's go back. There goes the knob. And what's really cool is that I can have my layers out and let me make a duplicated layer. And there's another icon that you can't see right now because my face is in the way. Let me see if I can turn that off. That was me. That's my other face. That's that one. There it is. That one. There we go. I got rid of the lower third for now. But as you can see, there's a icon right there that has a plus on it. And I can make that plus. Boom. And I made a copy of the same, or duplicated the same layer. And now I can go over there to the left, get my transform tool, hit that little chain so that it stays consistent. There we go. Boom. Bring it. Oh, it needs to be bigger. Take it back. There we go. Hit OK. Boom. I got two. I will combine those two layers. Merge down. Boom. Make a copy. Duplicate it. And then move it again. And as a matter of fact, I'm going to leave these the same size. And I'm going to go back to the first layer and make those a little bit bigger, smaller. Because I'm running out of room here. So now I'm trying to play with the composition. Those knobs look a little bit too small. Let's make these a little bit smaller also. Boom, there it is. Still not, it's not perfect, but let me go pick it up, put some right there. Boom, now they kind of look alike and similar. Yes, that's one of those things. You know, let me see if we got any questions. Go to your cell full screen and speak to us when you get a moment. When you get a moment, please. Yes, I will. And what Gary's saying, that if I'm talking to you and I need to say something, I need to go full screen so you can hear me, see me, and see what's happening. All right, cool. Here we go. Let me put my lower thirds back on and let's keep it moving. So now we need to draw. So now let me go ahead and combine some of these layers again. And it feels like a tedious process, right? Like, why new layer? Why combining layers? Why are you making copies of layers? Like layers. Let me tell you something. Layers are your friends. All right? There's another saying. Layers are free. That's what my homeboy, what's his name? Orlando Aracena says. He says layers are free. And what that means is that whatever you're working on, don't be afraid to make more layers, new layers. Drop some drawing in there, some effects or something. And if you don't like it, get rid of the layer and keep on working and do something else. And in my case, I will use layers to help me make adjustments to the drawing without losing the complete drawing. Because sometimes what happens is, and this happens a lot in traditional drawing, is that you will get to the point where in the drawing where things look good, and then you'll mess up something. I got sheets and sheets of paper. I got pads and pads, drawing pads. Can you see some of them behind me? Yes. Let me see. Let me show you. Yeah. No, you can't see them in here. No, I have them on the other wall. And so what happens is that you sometimes, you don't know where the drawing's gonna take you, and you just draw. But when you want to do something very specific, you don't want to start a drawing over just because of one thing. You don't want to also, you love layers. Yes, sir. Mr. Gary. Sometimes you don't want to just start a new drawing, lose the drawing you're working in. And so you have to find the things that are going to help you, especially if you are stepping into digital drawing, the things that are going to help you to produce that artwork and move through it to get what you want. And so then that's when layers comes into play. And you may want to not deal with layers, and there's a lot of artists that don't. But once you get a handle on it and you figure out how to make it work for your art and for your adjustments, that's it. There's no, you don't go back. You appreciate what layers can do. And see this line, let me redo that line. Boom. There we go. That's it. Looks like a boombox. Word up. It's not a lot of room in that corner to do some details, so I'm gonna leave it. Now it's good. Check my layers. And let's go ahead and bring that down. And the more you understand layers and start drawing, then you'll start using, yes, Phoenix Nebula says, beats an eraser. Yes, just work in traditional, yes, it beats an eraser, but also like when you're inking or painting, like, man, there's no undo, there's no just adjusting something. And so if you're working digitally, you got to use the layers. All right, so here we go. There goes the hat. And see now, and if I want to adjust this hat, the edge of that hat, which is kind of very thick, and I did that, and I was like, yeah, maybe I want to keep it, maybe I don't. Look, I can thin out that line. I don't know how I got some of this music. I know what I downloaded. There we go. Boom. Let's take that. Let's do only one. There it is. Okay. Let's bring that down. Now, you know, what can Sketchable do? Is it for everybody? It's for a lot of different types of art and artists. I'm a sketching, drawing artist. Kimberly, what's up? Bree, how you doing? And there are other artists that are like to paint. It has some tools for painting artists. It's called Sketchable, and I feel like it's really for quick sketching and drawing. You can finish some drawings, but in that case, when I'm drawing something with Sketchable and I know I want to finish it for a project, then I'm gonna jump into Illustrator or Photoshop. And so Sketchable is like that starting point where you can get started with the drawing, start doing what you're gonna do, and then at any given moment, at a particular point in the drawing, you're going to go ahead and make that jump into Photoshop to finish it off, including things like adding text and formatting for print or whatever. And that's where Sketchable helps you with that, in that you can export right here from Sketchable, export as a Photoshop file, and then open it in Photoshop and keep working. There are other programs out there now that that accept Photoshop PSD files, and in that case, you could probably open that Photoshop file in that other program too. Robert, how you doing? Hello. Gonna take a sip. What you got? What you guys drinking tonight? It's Christmas Eve. My last my last can of Coke. I had a big stash. It's gone. All right, so now that we got the head, we got the hat, and look, if I don't like the hat where it's at, and it's really off center, guess what? Because I drew it on a different layer. Let me show you. There's the two layers. I can grab my transform tool and then move the hat. There you go. Look at that. That's better. Feels like a more center right there. Boom. Just changed it. Moved it. Next layer. Come on. There's a lot of tools. There's a lot of goodies here in Sketchable. You're going to want to spend your own time playing with it. I suggest those who are just getting a new machine for Christmas, for the holidays, to try out Sketchable. Go ahead and spend that money. I'm not sure how much Sketchable costs. I think it's like $25, $24.99. You know how they do. Gotta have that 99-cent thing, and get it so that you can get into the drawing mode of the digital drawing mode. Let me tell you, I've been drawing digitally. Current version of Sketchable is 5 point something. I think it's 2, but it's on the 5 now. And it has a lot of goodies, man, that if you have played with Sketchable before, oh, you're gonna immediately tell what's new. And I was just showing off the layers. In any case, let me tell you about my experience. And I've been drawing in Illustrator and Photoshop since 2001. All right. Before that, I kept hearing about Photoshop, Illustrator. And I was like, sure. And then what ended up happening is I started with Illustrator, and but vector, it's just vector. And so vector illustration is very cool using the pen tool and so on. Because let me go like this. I got a logo. It needs to go here. Vector illustration, I like how it scales, and you can use it. You can scale up the drawing for whatever you want. But that was all done with the mouse. I did all of that with the mouse. As time's gone on, and I've gotten tablets and drawing tools that allow me to draw on the screen, that's when things started changing for me. It's like, oh yeah, now instead of a tablet, which I have tons of tablets, the old school kind, like the Bamboo Create tablet, and a lot of people use the Intuos. But now, being able to draw on the screen, it gives you a whole different level of a digital drawing or painting. But once I started to draw, it was a little bit tough to get a hang of Photoshop. Illustrator is all about the pen tool, so I never had a problem with that. But when it came to using brushes and drawing on the screen, there was a little bit of a disconnect that I couldn't get past. So here comes Sketchable, and then and what's great, let me show you. Let me turn that off. Oh, you can't see all those tools. There they go. Boom. You have nothing but on Sketchable is nothing but the tools that you need right there on the bottom, and then some of the options on the left hand side. And so it's real easy to get into that mode of drawing and sketching and getting your ideas out when you don't have to think about, well, what brush am I going to use? How I'm going to set up the document? What am I going to do with this and that? It's what do you call it? When you overthink something, there's a word for it, right? I forget the name. Trying to make decisions. Analysis paralysis. And so I got that. I had that. And so then I met the cool people of Sketchable. Let me read through that. I don't like it. And I tried out Sketchable, and just all the how they made the tools real simple, easy to use, and how they're there for you to grab and to draw without having to overthink things. Just draw like you normally would any sketch, like you normally would do any drawing. Boom. I don't know what it was. It just made it really simple and easy for me to just get the hang of it and say, you know what, I'm down with that. I can do that. I can do that. And so that's why I tell artists, I encourage artists, like, let's try a program that, yes, that's some real Mexican music right there. Okay. It's some music that I downloaded from YouTube. So it's a whole mix of music. And so, yes, there's a lot of tools out there. You know, Photoshop is great. It has a ton of brushes. It has a ton of options and so on. Yes, but in the beginning, you don't want to spend a lot of time trying to figure out, like, well, what's the right brush and where do I download the brushes and what do I install and so on and so forth. You know, Kyle T. Webster made a lot of brushes available and so on. And so you want those brushes and you want to draw with that stuff. But that also, when you overthink those things, it kind of freezes you and you're afraid to start. You're afraid to do something. Just get on with it, man. Just get on with it and draw. Get the drawing out your head. Let's do that one again. And that's what Sketchable allowed me to do. It allowed me to just go ahead and start drawing. And then figure out the rest later. And it's true, you should figure it out later. I'm telling you. Figure it out another time, where right now you should just go ahead and draw. Now, what happens here is that once I finish all the inking, I can color and do more things. But if I want to add extra effects, if I want to format the drawing, then I could take it out to Photoshop and then I'll add all the extra goodies. But at least I have a drawing that I can play with and do those things later. I don't want to have to overthink that right now. And anybody who's starting their digital drawing career right now, or their creativity, that's what you want. You want stuff that's going to make it real easy and simple for you to use and draw with. And then later you can start figuring out all the special effects and things you like. There it goes. Yes. It's coming along. How long we been on? Oh, like an hour? That's cool. If anybody has some questions, please say something. Let me know what's on your mind, and I will gladly answer them. Let me go ahead and merge that down. Boom. Come on, that's one. That's the headphones. Now let me do another layer, and that's gonna have the other side of the headphones. One thing I was trying to do here with this drawing that I couldn't get right was that other headphone. It needs to be like that. There we go. So that shoulder's gonna be gone. There we go. So anybody who's still there, got some questions? Maybe I got a question for you. What is good info on the layers? You're welcome, Bree. What are some of the challenges that you face when it comes to digital drawing? What are some of the challenges that you come across when you see software and now it's time for you to draw and you feel like something's keeping you? What is that something? If you have something that's stopping you and blocking you, tell me about it. Tell me how a feeling or a situation, and then let's talk about how to deal with that. And right now I'm erasing that shoulder, and boom, there goes the other headphone. Let me see, is that it right there? Yep. I feel like that should get more solid right there. Like there could be a gap, but it shouldn't be a lot of gap. Good. Actually, let's go like this. And now I'm drawing on different layer, on the same layer, but drawing something else that doesn't belong in that layer. But it's okay because I'm gonna combine these layers now. It's gonna be, it's time. It's getting to be time. This, watch this. Let me see if anybody got questions. I see you, Israel. How you doing, bro? I need to bring it to my studio, homie. There we go. Clean that corner. There it is. And I don't know if that looks like the... Let's see. Ooh, wrong button. There we go. And let's just fill that in. There we go. Some of my techniques when shading is really not, you're really not going to shade when it's a solid line. So what you do is you finish it off like that. And you push, you make a hard push on the line so you can get that fat, thick line. There we go. And see, now I can do the same here. There it is. And yes. I like it. I like it. And now I can combine all those layers. It's time. You can find a lot of my work on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook, Delta Tango Mike. I am the Creative Genius on Behance. And the Patreon is Delta Tango Mike, where I share a lot of the files that I'm working on. A lot of the stuff that I'm doing, the actual file, you can grab it and use it to study how I set up my artwork, how I create the things that I create. And I share the video on how I did it, so that way you can see what I do, then look at the file, and then hopefully learn something from that. All right, so let's say gangster. There we go. Boom. See how it says gangster? Well, that's a different layer, and I'm going to turn that layer down. See, look at that. Boom. New layer. All right. Get rid of the UI, and now I can go in really tight. And and it could be like a, treat it like a embroidery. There it is. Very cool. So now I put that. I do not remember downloading Mexican tracks. I think that something got mixed in here together. That's what happened. So that's a whole different type of vibe. I set up this playlist so I can play it in the background when I'm drawing, because it can get kind of boring, right? Watching me draw. All right, here we go. The end. There we go. So of course I'm gonna also get a thinner Look, I'm having problems sizing up my drawing for printing. Keeps printing small sticker size. He went 7.5 by 10. So I had to see the file or the artwork, your artboard. One thing I haven't covered here is how to set up your artboard. But what I did, let me go ahead and show you that real quick. Let me go to the menus and save. You want to save your work. There's an automatic save when it comes to Sketchable. But let me show you my actual sketchbook. It says DTM Go. And here's the information for it. When I set up my sketchbook, I decide what size I want. And right now it says A4 landscape. If I create a new sketchbook, I can tell it what size I want it to be. What's up, Joe Woods? Tall Funk, I follow you, bro. I see you. I see you out there. And should take me to Miami with you. So as you can see, then I choose the A4. A4 is the closest size to comic book. And then once I decide on the size of my book, I create my book and so on. So when I'm in here drawing, I know it's a large canvas. It's a 300 DPI. It's 11 by 9, something like that. I forget exactly what the A4 size is, but it's pretty large piece of paper. Then when I'm done with my drawing, I go to my file, the menu on the top left, file, export, page. And now it gives me a Photoshop file. I can name this something, and now I can edit and format to the size that I need for the document that I need. So if you need a 7.5 by 10, then you got to check your document and which document are you working in, what's the size of your document, and set those things up before you get into your drawing, because when you're working with pixel based art like what this is, raster or pixel, it's you can't just resize higher and without losing sharpness. You don't want to lose the sharpness of the drawing. So Bree, send me a link. Send me a message on Facebook and send me that drawing. I'll take a look at it for you and tell you what you can or can't do with it from now on. And tell me how you created it. Where did you create it? Are we in Sketchable? Are we in Photoshop? What is it? So then I can tell you what you need to do before going all in on the drawing. There it is. Boom. Now let me grab that layer. Get rid of it. And there. So I did a layer, drew the gangsta. Then and then a new layer to refine that gangsta. So now the first gangsta sketch is gone. Boom. Next layer. Let me see. Let me add well, let me do the shoes. Time for the shoes. And if you send me that tonight, Bree, I will check it out and do it tonight. Sketchable. You did it in Sketchable. That's why you didn't do first. Oh, okay. There you go. But export it to Photoshop. Since you didn't do that stuff in Sketchable, if you have Photoshop, export it to Photoshop to see if you can make any adjustments to it. You know what? Because nowadays Photoshop will size up some things and still give you a good resolution. You can up the resolution and still give you a good drawing. There we go. Let's take that. It's always good to check the size of your document when before going into working, and it's always good to think about what are you gonna use this artwork for before you actually jump out there and start doing it, because sometimes the drawing comes out really great and you're like, oh man, I want to make t-shirts out of this, I want to do this, I want to do that, and but you didn't format the document right, and now you can't use that. So let's fix this part here. There we go. I don't like the back of that shoe. Fix it. Let's go. What I like about digital is you can always adjust until you're happy with it. So now it's got more of a slant in the back. Alright, let's fix that one. Hold on. Done. Alright, now let me fix this. Okay. And watch. Now I need to fix that sweater. Sweater's right there. Get my eraser and just erase inside. There we go. I got a couple tricks that I use when drawing. I don't know if I'll be able to get to all of them tonight because, as long as you're up, I'm up. But, I don't know how long everybody want to stay here. But I'll get to some of the tricks. That's what I'm here for. You were just testing to get used to it. Good. Good. I'm glad you've been playing with Sketchable. Alright, so now let's fix this. Oh yeah, that was the fix that. And I can use the eraser to shape my line. There you go. I'll fix that in a minute. Didn't come out the way I wanted it. Chuck Taylors, that's right. I can't wear Chuck Taylors though. It hurts my feet. I need more cushion than that. But they're real easy to draw. Right? We know what they look like. I did participate in a shoe design over 10 years ago for Converse. It was an art exhibit actually. So I didn't really design a shoe, it was just part of an exhibit. Boom. Next. Another layer. Alright. And so this was going to be kind of easy. So one other complaint that I've heard a lot about the surface is the wobble or the wiggly lines. And unfortunately, I've not seen it, but I'm a fast drawer. As you can see, I draw pretty fast. I make my lines and I keep it moving. And which reminds me of another friend who's an artist. He says, keep your hands moving. In any case, so when it comes to wobbly lines, it only comes out when you draw slow. I'm not a slow drawer. And but I haven't seen that in my experience. Let's go like this. There we go. Let's do 3 and then that might be a little bit too much. Yeah, but it's okay, it's on this side. Alright. Don't like that. Do it again. There we go. And then the inside. There you go. Fill that in. Done. Okay. Fix this here. Got that. Go get the sweatshirt. Let me see. Boom. Boom. All right. What'd you guys think of the music so far? Any tracks that jump at you? Check out YouTube and Facebook have music available that you can add to your live streams or have in the background so that have a little bit of atmosphere. Unfortunately, it's not popular music that you're used to, so you gotta look for music that's in the genre that you prefer. Let's see. There you go. We got a star in here somehow. All right. Boom. And right now I'm just drawing whatever I want because I'm getting close to the point where it's not going to now the layers and the drawing, the line work is pretty much at a point where I'm pretty happy with. There we go. Look at that. Now let's take a look at what we got so far, okay? Turn that layer off. Look at this. Let me put that layer down with the other. Boom, merge it down. Look at that. Nice. Not happy about that hat. I did mix all my layers already together. It's okay though. Yeah. Let's see what's happening. Any other questions? Anybody got some questions? Let me see. Boom. Let me see. Anybody on TikTok? I think I'm Delta Tango Mike on TikTok. Or Duck Creative Genius. I forgot. But look, the character's leaning. So I get my, and I think, am I done? I think I'm done with all the details here. Yep. Cool. The character is leaning, so let me fix that. Get my transform tool. Grab these edges. There's a corner there, and then I can go like that. All right. Get a new layer. Boom. I'm just going to quickly start a draw background. So what's going on here? Getting into dangerous territory now because I'm gonna have to do white or a different color. All right, got that. Get the bucket. Boom. Oh no, I did it wrong. Did I do it on the right layer? Yeah, that's the correct layer. I'm fill it in. That's not that one. So these lines are not as the way they need to be. Now they need to be cleaner. All right, let's see what we got here. Oh yeah, there's some empty gaps. You can't have empty gaps. There we go. Yes, empty gaps. You know what? Let's go like that. Just so. And I'm just pressing hard on the pen so I can get a clean, thick line. All right. Okay, now let's do it. Boom, there it is. Now let me show you a trick while we're here. All right, there it is. Come on. So, well, with the paint bucket, you can do this too. On the bottom, there are some colors, right? You got the colors down here. And you also have the color wheel. But if you double click any of those colors in the bottom right corner, then you get the big color window. So you can type in your hex colors if you have hex colors. I'm gonna go with I need it more hazy. There it is. So let me get rid of the color wheel, and I got my paint bucket. Click on the paint bucket. Boom, boom, son. All right, that's one trick. But here's another trick. On the bottom left hand side, well, let me get my layer that I want to take, that I want to handle this in. This is the ink layer. On the bottom left hand side, it is, what do you call this icon? Let me see, it has a name. Show settings for current layer. Layer settings. Okay, cool. It has a little lock. You see that right under my face? Let me turn off my face. There it is. Boom. There's a little lock right there. It says clear fill and then the lock. Click on the lock. And then get your color that you want. I want the dark red. As a matter of fact, I want it like, no, I do want it red. Yeah, there we go. And then I make this pen super thick and big. And then I start coloring over the line work that I already done. And I'm changing the color of these lines. Hey, Miguel, thank you for being here. Did you guys see that? Look at this. Let me turn off the other layer just so that it's not in the way. There we go. You see how I just changed what is a black line to a red line with my paintbrush. All right. But I have to make sure this little lock in the layer settings is on. And then I have to remember to turn it off, because if I don't, then I'm not going to be able to come back and draw on that layer without because this locks only the parts of the layer that you're drawn in already. So it's the next second to the bottom icon. You click on it, you hit that lock, you get your brush, and then you can turn your line color into any other color that you want. It has a name in Photoshop, I forget it. Listen, I've been drawing digitally for a long time using Photoshop Illustrator since 2001. And I forgot all the names of the things. But there it is. Look, now it's in red. Oh, yes. Very cool. It has a different, a whole new, it has a different dimension to your artwork. Now, not only that, watch this. I'm going to make a layer. Oops, not that one. Take it back. There we go. I need a copy of that line work. Oof. I keep doing the wrong thing. Copy. There it is. Turn off the top one. Only turn on the middle, the bottom one. Get my paint bucket. Let's start filling it in, right? Come on. Did I do it right? Oh, I know, because I didn't turn off my little lock. I just said that. I just talked about that. Oof. I got open lines. Yes, I got. All right, let's go like this. I'll tell you what. There we go. Right now I'm just filling in pieces. But why are you doing that, Dan? Just watch. Oof. Are there some openings here? Yep. Yeah, be careful with these openings. Oops, not that one. Go down lower. There we go. Now I can get my bucket again. Fill that in, bucket. All right, not gonna fill it all the way in because it's probably not necessary. All right. Right there. Let's change the color. Make it, there we go. Paint bucket. Boom. Turn that on. Turn this on. Bam! Look at that. Yes, yes, yes. Let me change that color because that color could be different. Let's make it darker blue. Let's go like that. There it is. Go back to my brush. Go back to that color. Go here. Make sure my color is low. One thing that happened is that I tapped the I was oh, am I on the right layer? No, see, this is it's wrong. I knew something was up. There we go. There we go, right there. One thing that happened is that I tapped this layer, the outline color too many times, and it got thicker and thicker, which is a good thing sometimes, but not in this case. So there you go. I'm just filling in certain parts. There we go. Oh, I missed the black part right there, the red. That's okay. Come back to it. Boom. Look at that. So now I can play the background and other things. I need to clean a few things up. I kind of just did it fast to show you. Most of the time I want to take my time and do it right. But that's the trick. Get my eraser. Look at that. There. What's up with that? Oops. Too big. Okay. Break out your drawing devices. Try this stuff out. If you get a tablet or Windows tablet, Windows device for Christmas, or you're giving one away, make sure you get Sketchable. It's real easy to use, real easy to figure out. Just break it out and start drawing. That's really what it comes down to. And if anybody has some questions, send it my way. And if you got some feedback for the app, people, check them out. They are on Twitter as a Sketchable app. I think the way I typed it out on this video. I'm gonna update the description of this video so that you can see more links and information. Follow me. Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, Patreon. I am teaching. On Patreon, I am teaching. I'm creating lessons, tutorials, and demos for people who want to learn to draw digitally. If you want to learn, then that's for you. If you want to get better or work on some skills that to take your artwork further, then that's what it's about. I didn't mean to say better. There's no good or bad. There's no better. There's no right or wrong. It just depends on your goals and what you want. And listen, my hashtag for 2020 is start now. Whatever you're trying to do with your art career, with your art skills, with your creativity, now's the time to start it. There we go. Cool. Well, we've been at it for an hour and a half. I hope you learned something. I am going to continue to record. I may not be live, but I will continue to record so that I can release this video and put it up on YouTube on the Vector Maestros And you know what? I forgot to tell my Patreon people about it. About this live stream. It's okay. I'm gonna get used to posting things on Patreon. Because sometimes I just jump out and say, oh, let's do this. Any case, yeah, I'm gonna make the rest this video available on my other platforms, including Vector Maestros on YouTube. That's where a lot of my digital artwork and Adobe Illustrator artwork tutorials end up in. My goal is to help artists reach their potential, and that is through either art business or the business of art, or the art itself, especially digital artwork. It's nothing wrong with traditional. It's just that when you want to reproduce your work, you kind of want that digital piece. All right, let's see. All right, that's good. Oh yeah, let me get rid of that. It's in my way. Here we go. And see, now that I have this shape behind my line drawing, look, there's my line drawing. Boom, shape, boom, and then background, right? Now, this shape here, I can go back to my brush, change whatever color I want. Let's say I want some jeans. See, that's the thing about that background. I'm going to have to change the color of that background. Or let me take it out right now because it's not helping me to do what I want. Then I put that lock back on. Okay. There we go. I'm not happy with that blue. Let's go right there. Look, I cannot, it won't go outside the line, outside the shape that I already have. There we go. Clean that up. Boom, there go the pants. Oh, there's no pants on this side. Okay, cool. But now I want a lighter blue. There it is. You see that? Oh yeah. Cool. Now the sweater. Maybe. There we go. Let's see, what color is that gonna be? Kind of dark. Let's go. Is that better than this blue there? Yeah. And it's different than the jeans. Okay. There we go. Nice. There you go. I do need to fix some of those lines that did not change color. Like right here, there's a big old black spot. There we go. Bucket. Can I fill it in? Bucket. Oh. Turn that off. There we go. No, too far. I did not make oh yeah, I didn't close it right there. All right. Now, get the paint bucket. Boom. And fill in some of the parts that are missing. Because what happened was, when I did that solid shape behind earlier, not everything I didn't grab it didn't get everything. There we go. Very cool. All right. So if you guys have any questions, let me know. Thank you, Bree. Appreciate you. I hope your next drawing is what you want it to be. Comes out exactly how you expect it. There he goes. That's the sweater. Boom. Oh yeah. Now that gangster. Let's now how do we, if we want a color that already exists, on the bottom is an eyedropper, and then I can just grab a color. Boom. I want that color, and I don't have the lock on. Okay, let's go like this. And you know what I'm gonna, no, yeah, that's fine. I was going to add a white outline. I may still, but I'm gonna do it on the lines. Yeah, there we go. Let's get the eraser there. Fix it. Oops, wrong. Not the eraser, but the different color right there. All right. Just filling in the areas of the letter. There you go. Drawing and sketching is part of the fun. Sometimes coloring is not fun for me, because you start overthinking, like, oh, what color is gonna match here, what color is gonna match there, you know, composition and all that stuff, color theory. And this G is different than the other G, so I'm gonna have to fix that. Gangsta. But watch this. Fix that. Okay. Let's go with that. Let's go with the white. I need a white. Then go here, lock that down on, and that setting goes with you wherever you go. It doesn't stay with the it's not dependent on the layer. There you go. That's kind of cool. Let me do something else. Try this. The flow and that. Let's go with that. Oh, it still did white. I thought it was gonna give me a different effect. It didn't, so there it is. There he goes. Oh yeah, baby. Turn that off. And now go back. Actually, I may need it on. Go back to this. And let me get rid of that for now. It's white. Something happened to my color wheel. I'm gonna have to figure that out in a little while. Turn this back on. Yeah, it's on. Is it on? No, it's on now. Not that color. Let's go back to this this color. Yeah. There you go. And slowly I build out the image, the details. And I do need my color wheel to come back. There it is. And now I can it's a warm gray. I need it to be a cooler gray. There we go. Let's go with that. And look, we got the yellow, but I don't want the yellow. I need a gold. Come on, move. There's the crown. Ha ha ha! Go back to the gray. Let's make it dark. And yeah, let's do this outline here. Fix that. Nope, right there. This one. Boom. Fix that right there. Cool. Get this one too. Nice. Nice. If you're on my Patreon, you'll get this file, Photoshop file. Just cause I want you to learn. I want you to look at my work and figure it out. Like how could you understand what I do by looking at my files? There it goes. Boom. Oh yeah, these speakers gonna be hard. Oh, make it darker. Let's go like right there. Oh yeah. Very nice. Very good, very good. Now, you know what? Oh yeah. Sorry, I'm not saying anything because I'm deep in my drawing. And I'm wondering why we're getting more of some of that music. Come on. There we go. Just give me some red. That's not what I wanted. Do it again. Turn that back up. There we go. There we go. Now we really turn that down. I'm already adding details and I shouldn't have done that. Why not? Because I got others. I still have tons of other details to go do somewhere else. And I'm spending a lot of time doing that right now when it's not ready. Not ready. There we go. Now take that. We're back at 100. There we go. Boom. Come on. Yep. But I just kind of wanted to show you how I combine different things to get the effects that I want. I needed more white. Let's see. Go me white but turn it down. There you go. There you go. I don't know if that looks better. Yeah, it kind of does. I kind of do like that better. There you go. Boom. And so it's gonna go. That's how it's gonna go, little by little. Build out the shading, build out the colors to get that there we go. To get me find that color. That was it, same one. To get the different tones that I'm gonna need to show that chrome look, you know, that plastic chrome. There you go. And so you start with a base color and you start adding your highlights and shadows and so on. All right, if you guys got some questions, please let me know. If not, we're going to go. Delta Tango Mike on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and Patreon. And Delta The Creative Genius on Behance. There we go. I need the blue that goes right there. It's because kind of grayish. Actually, I need the gray. I need not the blue, but a gray. There we go. Because LA, baby. A lot of grays and blues here. There we go. There it is. Dodger blue. Give me some Dodger blue. Is my thing on? No, it's off. Okay, yes. Let's turn it on. So I'm gonna be on the edge here. I think that blue is off. It needs to be brighter. Let's go right there. There you go. Still not quite right, but it's better. Give me some white. Turn that down. As a matter of fact, turn those off. So much going on in Sketchable. Don't like it, do it again. Let's go like this. There you go. LA, baby. Let me get my red again. Where is my red? Right here. Boom. Got my line work. Turn that on. Let's see. Go here. And turn that off. I can. Oh yeah, so let's do one more element and then I'm out. For real, for real. Thank you for you, those of you still here. Your layer. Actually need a fatter. That's a cool beat. There we go. Yo! Turn that back down. And get my eraser. It's just, you know what? I'll leave it like that. It's cool. Done. Inspired by Not So Cool Kids on Instagram. Sketched out by DTM and digital drawing by Delta Tango Mike. Okay. I was about to do my signature. Come on, come on. It's doing the automatic save right now. There we go. Signature. 2019. Pretty soon it's 2020. Get ready. Get your weight up. Go ahead and get your self started. Start on what it is that you want to work on and want to have. Thank you, Bree. 2020 is the year when you must start. Start now. Start on that career, on that path, on those exercises, on those lessons, on those demos, tutorials, whatever it is. Find the resources, get the practice in, and work on following your path to reach your goals. All right? Figure out what those goals are. Figure out what's the vision for yourself, and start. Let's go. Doesn't matter how it looks and what it feels like. It's only gonna get better the more time you spend on it, the more time you give it. This is Delta Tango Mike. Find me anywhere on the internet. Delta Tango Mike, the creative genius. And I'll see you next time, all right? Enjoy the holidays. Happy, what is today is Christmas Eve. Peace.